Hey everyone, welcome to Hayden B Grilling. Now today we're going to be here in the Hayden B Grilling Shack doing a drop down chili. I've seen this for quite a while now and I've always wanted to try it. The weather's starting to cool off. Perfect time for some drop down chili. Let's get started. Alright folks, so we took the top rack out of our Z-Grill smoker to create more room. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the smoke cycle, and then once it's completed, we're going to bump our heat up to 250 degrees. Alright, now we're going to be in the house for prep stage, but I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil, put it in a deep pot, Dutch oven, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to add, I had 1 yellow onion, medium size, that I diced up. We're going to scrape it off into our pot. Next, I'm going to add 1 diced up bell pepper. Next, I'm going to throw in a diced up jalapeno. Now, I did remove the seed. I have my heat on. I'm just going to I want to stir these ingredients around, our onion, bell pepper, and jalapeno. Just kind of mix them in with that oil. And what I'm waiting for is that to start to heat up, where I can start to hear that sizzle. Once we get to that point, we're going to let it go for 5 minutes. So those went for 5 minutes. And now I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. Or, if you wanted to use cloves, you could use 4 cloves of garlic and just press them. But, remember, 4 cloves of minced garlic is equal to 4 teaspoons of this minced garlic that's already in the jar. And then we're going to come in with 1 packet of McCormick chili seasoning. Now, you can make your own chili seasoning if you prefer. But I just want to stir this around. And it's only going to be in here for about a minute or two, just until it kind of really becomes fragrant. Alright folks, so we hit a couple minutes. It's really fragrant. So now I'm going to add 1 29-ounce jar of tomato sauce. Or can, not jar. But once we add that, then we're going to come back with 1 15-ounce can. I like using the petite diced tomatoes. Get those in. I just kind of want to give them a quick stirring real fast. Get things nice and incorporated. I like to stir as I go rather than putting a bunch in there at one time and then trying to stir it all in together. Alright, now I got 2 cans of light red kidney beans. Now, yes, I'm a believer that beans do go in chili. So 2 cans of light red kidney beans, followed by 2 cans of dark red kidney beans. My wife laughs at the way I say 2 cans, like Sam. I drained my beans the best I could, but we're gonna get these stirred in, and we're just going to kind of bring these to a simmer. We don't necessarily need them up and boiling, but we're gonna get them to a simmer, and then we're just gonna take them off the heat, remove them from heat. All right, now in this bowl here, we're gonna add a little over 2 pounds of ground beef. That's 2.25 pounds to be exact. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons worth of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to follow that up with our second pack of chili seasoning. Just sprinkle the entire content down in over the ground beef. Then we're going to come in with our hands, and I just want to break this ground beef all up so that way the entire ground beef is seasoned in that chili seasoning and get some of that Worcestershire sauce on it. And now I want to take it, I moved it to a wire rack, but I just kind of want to take it and shape it. Now I used the 80-20, that may have been a mistake for this. I should have went with one that had a little more fat content to it. But we just kind of want to shape it kind of a loaf style or shape, kind of like a meatloaf or so. But I think that's about as far as I want to do with it, because the more I work on it, the more it cracks. So we're just going to leave this dude all together, kind of like this for right now. So now here's my chili, the base for it, right? I transferred it to this disposable pan because I don't really want to put that pot in my smoker. If I had some older, like Dutch oven or cast iron, wouldn't be a big deal, but I don't really want to leave that out there in my smoker. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this entire pot, just like this, or disposable pan, out to the smoker. Alright, so we got that smoker sitting pretty at 250 degrees. I'm going to set this tray in here. I'm going to slide it back a little bit. I got that wire rack sitting directly over the pot. And so we're gonna close the lid. Didn't have enough hands on me to carry that out in my temperature probe, but I'm gonna put a probe in it and we're gonna monitor the internal temperature of the beef. Once it hits 165 degrees, then we'll be ready for the next step. But what that beef is gonna do as it cooks, all that's caught up in that ground beef, it's gonna drip down into our chili. Now, if you don't have a smoker, that's perfectly fine. If you got a grill, you can do this on your grill. Just set it up on an indirect heat, but still do everything the same way. All right, folks, we just got our ground beef off the smoker, and I brought it over here and I brought this pan. What I initially envisioned on doing was just grabbing it and crumbling it up, but I don't know if that's gonna be the greatest idea. Let's see if we can, what can we do? That's looking pretty good, right? But what I want to do, I want to pick it up off this. I'm gonna put it in this aluminum pan, and we're just gonna crumble this ground beef up. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take that ground beef that we crumbled up, we're gonna add it into our chili mixture here. Then I want to take a utensil, just kind of stir this in, get it nice and incorporated here. All right, so we got this in the house, mix it in a little bit better. I'm gonna get us a good bowl of it here. All right, let's cool it off a little bit. We got some beans, a little bit of the veggies in there. Let's give it an all-important taste test. All right, it hadn't cooled off quite enough, but we made the taste test happen. Very good. I like the added flavor from that smoke, from that ground beef smoking. Very good. I mean, it was chili, simple old chili night, right? But put a little extra flair to it and something new, something I've been wanting to try. So, like I said, if you don't have a smoker, you can still make this. If you wanted to try it, you can still make this on your gas grill, charcoal grill. Just place it on the indirect side. But y'all please watch this. Please let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.